line. Tell the ladies because they need to hear.
You gotta look in the mirror and say it's not me.
Yeah,
you know, it's
the
not
ladies
me.
need to hear that.
And by the way, the
be
men too.
Yeah,
the men too, because it's some cutthroat, ruthless ass bitches out here right now too.
yeah.
Listen, I sit in the locker room. You know, I'm in locker rooms and shit now. But you know, it's a lot of women out here that's now kind of flipped the script.
Mm-hmm. They ain't go for everything.
And you know, some homies out here that's trying to be.
So a lot of people saying that clip is basically saying LeBron's retiring. Now people hear what they want to hear, and I'm gonna discuss what somebody said in the comment section in a minute. When the post I seen this on. So apparently, you know, LeBron's wife had a podcast. I don't know who particular podcast this was on, and you know they asked LeBron. You know, and they thought LeBron was gonna sit there and you know cape for women and put the vest on, and you know put the little Captain Save-A-Ho vest on, right? And he didn't. He said these bitches be scandalous too. I'm paraphrasing. And, you know, people are like, well, how would he know if he been married? And they didn't listen to the whole clip. People hear what they want to hear, and people can't. That's so crazy in our society. People are illiterate. They can't comprehend, and they can't even listen. If the clip is longer than if the clip longer than 60 seconds, most of these people don't even have the attention span to digest anything, right? And a lot of these people can't even sit through these very, very digestible, like comic book movies, and they can't even watch them without fidgeting and looking at their phone and really pay attention. So attention span is something that, you know, I'll say this real quick. If you can't pay attention, you know, you definitely gonna get took advantage of in the streets. How you think, you know, when people read the room and they can see when somebody about to go put the drop on somebody, or somebody about to rob the place, or somebody may about to, you know, do some fishy shit, because you be paying attention, you watching people's hands. And, you know, people who really excel at that are people in the military. You know, when you out and about, you supposed to be facing the door, the main door. You supposed to be seeing who coming in and coming out. Like, especially if y'all, you know, I know men don't go to the club, especially if you club goers. If you go to the club, bro, you have to be on alert, bro. I remember they was trying to rob my man for his jewelry and shit. Man, we peeped it quick. So, you know, you got to be on alert. If you don't have an attention span and you really can't peep game, man, you really can't have that and have street smarts, to be honest. But nonetheless, so people can't even listen. And he said, yeah, I'm in these locker rooms, you know, all the time. And basically these women are on some hoe ass shit, and it's happening to some really good dudes. Now, when men judge other men and men are saying, oh, he a good dude and he a solid dude, and they've been around him, 9 times out of 10, he a good dude. 9 times out of 10, when another man endorses a man to be a good dude, he's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, he's solid and this, that, and the third. That's how you know. You know, you will see, you know, you even see, like, you know, girls' brothers try to hook you up. Oh, man, that's a good dude. You should be with him. And this, that, and the third. Or the father be like, hey, man, that's a good man. You know, you should hook up with this guy. But unfortunately, when the men around women try to reel them in and put them with good men, women rebel. That's one thing I noticed. Like, if your daughter brings somebody home and y'all like them, she rebels and don't even like them. You see that a lot. If you really think about it for a minute, if y'all hate them, they drives her to her closer. That's just, I ain't gonna get into that part, but he's right. And you know what women gonna say? Well, this is the reason niggas been doing it to women for years. And no, the niggas that y'all pick do that to y'all. The men that y'all pick dogs. Y'all don't pick the good guy. That's supposed to be so crazy. Y'all pick the guys that y'all know gonna dog y'all out. That's the wild thing about the game. Y'all pick those guys. So when the good guys come, that turns me off. And, you know, we already know y'all just most of y'all women program to like bad guys, horrible guys, terrible guys. But like I always say, that's a reflection of you as a woman. You're a terrible woman. You're a bad woman. So when women be like, oh, all my friends are good women. No, they not. No, the fuck they not. We already know. Y'all, if measuring a woman was a math equation, was a long equation, y'all would be missing a bunch of numbers in that equation, a bunch of pluses, minuses, to the powers, and a bunch of times this. Y'all will miss all of that shit. Y'all miss so many numbers, and the actual fucking number is 100. The actual number equation come out to 100. Y'all numbers would be 50. Y'all don't count a lot of the whole shit y'all friends do. Because you want to know how I know? I've sat there with women and heard them air out there, and the women got to tell your business. You know, they tell she cheated on him with him, and she did this, and she was doing this, and she did that, and she did that to her and told her boyfriend, but then turn around and say, well, she's a good woman. How? When you just told me all this bullshit about her. So they'll leave out the bullshit and just look at her as, you know, but y'all know how we go. So they thought Brian was going to advocate, for the women. And I'm telling y'all, they want to turn men weak. They want to turn men weak. You know, that's what they want to do. They want to turn men weak. So when you speak up on masculinity, when you speak up on men, when you speak up on how scandalous these women are, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's speeding up like somebody wanted to get in front of you, bro. If somebody wanted to get in front of you, they would. Who cares? Like, but, oh, man. And people say in the comment section, like, oh, man, this must be his last show. Brian Buster retired. Y'all see how it's frowned upon if you speak up for men? How they shame you for speaking up for men? His wife was right there, too. You see how they shame you for speaking up against men? You know, when you advocate for men, it's, oh, man, he about to get canceled, or like, what? But women can come on here, Sha'Carri can come on here and lay her hands on Christian Coleman and beat him and nothing happened to her. These women can get online and tell you to delete male black babies, right? And it takes a Becky to write a letter to YouTube for her to get her channels up. They can come over here and talk about abortions and so many different things. You know what I'm saying? And talking about robbing and drugging men. They can call black women monkeys and motherfucking roaches, and they still listen to their music. You know, Money Long went in on black women a couple times in the past, year, and I've talked about it. You think black women cancel Money Long? Absolutely not. They ain't never canceled Becky. Becky been running them for a long time. If you really want to get technical, that's why they got so much of a vitriol towards Becky. That's why they got so much vitriol towards Becky. Same thing with black men. They got so much vitriol towards black men because they want to be black men. They jealous. I keep telling y'all this shit, man. So when LeBron speak up and advocate for men, which he is a man, oh, he about to get canceled. It must be his last year. Like, damn, you can't even advocate and speak up for men, and every woman know it's true. You can go on TikTok and see how scandalous women are on TikTok. Are we lying? You know, we can go look all across social media. I did a short, y'all, Free Game 89. The link's in the description to the channel. Join the Patreon too. So did a short where a woman say, I heard a woman made a comment. Every time you feel bad for a man, you end up messing up your life or whatever the situation may be. I forget she do something, like every time you feel bad for men, it messes your life up. That's pretty much what she say. And it's like, okay, bro. All that shit is demonic, bro. A lot of these women, they have evil intentions, bro. Evil, and he's right. She's right, but I always say this, man, the protection of God, y'all be mad because these women say they want a crip, a hood nigga, a drug dealer. That's God protecting you, bro. They letting you know that that's not for you. No matter how much the booty, the titties, and all, that's not for you, bro. That's not for you, man. I'm telling you. The women that y'all think, oh, she's up, man, is a cum rag, bro. It's a toilet. Use toilet seat. Use toilet seat at Burlington Coat Factory, nigga. Like it's not for you. Y'all be getting mad. Y'all think y'all want that, but that's not what you really need, and that's not what you really want once you peel the layers back on it. You thought when Quavo seen Sweetie was allegedly out there selling that shit, you think, come on, man. You think, like, damn, that's, a whole whore, allegedly. So, yeah, he should be able to advocate. These women are scandalous. We've talked about, dudes did videos talking about women was gonna get them incurable STDs if they acted like an asshole on a date. Come on now. They do reckless, and usually the good guys will usually get hurt. But when, you get ghosted by a woman, or woman left you on scene, or woman praying hard to get, man, that's God telling you that woman not for you, man. It's more evil bitches than it is good bitches. And the ratio is crazy too. Read your Bible. It ain't that many good women out here, bro. That's why they all go for the same shitty ass type of nigga, because that's an indictment on their character. So to find a real good woman is rare. It's rare. A one that care for you, one that want to pull you up and don't drag you down, and don't want to be too much of a bar. It's hard to find. And a lot of women practice these demonic practices, and also they go out here to destroy. They're not on, like, y'all think like women be out here on a money hungry tour. Some women just want to come and destroy. They just want to come mess up a man's life because they're misandrous, dog. When you start talking about misandry, feminism, all that shit is satanic, bro. I'm trying to tell you. All that satanic. Look at the woman. I think she was from France, overseas. I forget her name. She specialized in showing women how to poison their husbands and send them to the upper room. Right? And how to, and she did that to a few husbands and got away with it, and was showing women how to send people to the upper room. How to slip their fucking husband a Mickey. Real talk. So for Brian advocating for men, and it's he better not say, like, y'all weak men, bro, saying that. Bro in the comment like, yeah, man, how would he know he married? Like he just said, he's in the locker room, he see these good dudes getting hurt. And I'm telling you, a man judging another man's character is way more accurate than a woman judging another woman's character. I guarantee you it, bro. I guarantee you a man is a better judge of another man's character than a woman is. Flat out. But hey, hit the link in the description. Check out the music entertainment playlist, Real 101 playlist, NBA Talk playlist. Peace.